I'll call a meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Terry Thomas,
Present.
Gary Underwood, Greg Camp,
Here.
Jim Casson,
Here.
Mark Johnson,
Here.
Josh Whaley.
Here.
Okay, the minutes are there. If there aren't any questions or corrections, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
So moved.
Second. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
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 Ayes have it. Okay, then next we have the bills. There's those additional ones. If there are no questions or corrections, I'll entertain a motion to approve the bills as presented.
Jamie, just a quick question. I noticed some stuff on there related to the gates. That was just stuff that blew up with the lightning storm?
Yep.
Okay,
So that'll all be under the insurance.
very good. Thank you. I make a motion to pay the bills.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Terry Thomas,
Yes.
Gary Underwood, Greg Camp,
Yes.
Jim Casson,
Yes, ma'am.
Mark Johnson,
Yes.
Josh Whaley.
Yes.
Okay, new business. We have the RFP for the PLCs received by email. Is that an action item? What are we doing with that? Doesn't say.
I guess we'll authorize to publish. I had a real quick question, Jamie, since we had the issue with the refurbishment of the Claire cone. On page 4, it says very specifically, no substitutions allowed. We're speccing exactly what we want
Yes.
with the
Yes.
Rockwell and the Allen Bradley stuff?
Yeah, mostly because we existingly have, the software itself, the portion of this has to be Rockwell.
Okay.
Because part of it, whenever we recently redid the servers, that's factory taught to you. Plant PAX itself is part of that.
Okay,
It just wasn't able to be implemented yet until we upgraded the PLCs.
gotcha.
So you use Allen Bradley PLCs with Plant PAX 5.0. That's why you put no substitutions, because it all needs to work together.
That's all I had. Question was.
Any other comments? So we just need a straight up motion to accept this.
Make a motion to publish the RFP.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? The ayes have it.
Now, I will add one more thing in there, if anybody was curious, as far as proprietary or that, there are several different companies that deal with Allen Bradley and Rockwell automation software. So like Durkin, which originally built our PLC SCADA system, they deal with it. McHenry Automation deals with it. ECC deals with it. So there's a variety of different companies that are used to dealing with Allen Bradley and Rockwell automation software.
Okay.
So it's not like we're singling it out to one company.
Okay, next we have the resolution to accept the contract for the Claricone rehabilitation. I think she sent those by email. So any director can introduce the resolution.
I make a motion to introduce Resolution 2020-7 for its first reading in its entirety by title only.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, please read the resolution.
Resolution of the Jefferson County Water Authority of Festus, Missouri, authorizing the plant manager to enter into and execute a contract with Suez Utility Service Company Incorporated to clean, blast, and recoat existing Claricone and incorporating said contract as a part of the resolution prescribing the conditions thereto and establishing an effective date.
Okay. Any discussion? Hearing none, any director can now make a motion to adopt.
I'll make a motion to adopt.
Is there a
Second.
Okay, do we have to roll call this, Greg?
Yeah.
Okay, roll call vote, please. Oh, it says that right there.
Terry Thomas,
Yes.
Greg Camp,
Yes.
Jim Caston,
Yes, ma'am.
Mark Johnson.
Yes.
Josh Whaley.
Yes.
Okay, moving on. Boy, we're rocking and rolling. Okay, we need a resolution to start the preliminary design build agreement for the horizontal collector well with Burns and McDonald. I'll entertain a motion to introduce the resolution.
I'll make a motion for resolution 2020-8 for its first reading by title only.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, roll call, no, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Okay, please read.
Resolution of the Jefferson County Water Authority of Festus, Missouri, authorizing the chairman to enter into and execute an agreement with Burns McDonald for preliminary design build for the development of the horizontal collector well and incorporating said contract as a part of the resolution prescribing the conditions thereto and establishing an effective date.
Any questions? I think they're wanting a meeting next week, right, Greg?
Correct.
And do you think we ought to try to have somebody from Weber there for this one?
Probably wouldn't hurt.
Okay, I'll try to, do we have a date or a time next week?
No, we just need to coordinate with Luca, and it probably wouldn't be a bad idea if we go ahead and send out an agenda and have all the directors there, just so they can ask any additional questions they may have.
Okay, so we would meet in here
That would be fine.
and then we just have
We
somebody.
could
from
Luca and Jeff in via Zoom like we did.
Zoom,
when
and
we
then
went.
if the Weber representative wanted to be here, he could, or
Yeah,
enter.
or Zoom.
Okay, so I will call him, but when will you know what day and time? Will you talk?
I'll talk to Luca today.
And then you'll let me know?
Yeah.
Okay. Any other discussion on that?
No, but I will have to say, we're actually ahead of the game on that, because like they're saying in part of task one, as far as that, they pretty much have all that information already. So we're way ahead of the game.
Okay. Do we have a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Have a second?
Second?
We have a motion and a second to adopt the resolution. Roll call, please.
Terry Thomas,
Yes.
Greg Camp,
Yes.
Jim Caston,
Yes, ma'am.
Mark Johnson,
Yes.
Josh Whaley.
Yes.
Okay, we're moving on to the resolution to approve the budget amendment. And I guess this is basically just the end of the year,
Correct.
kind of get the budget to look like what's really happening. So I'll entertain a motion to introduce that resolution.
I make a motion, we introduce resolution 2020-9 for first reading by title only.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Ayes have it. Please read.
Resolution of the Jefferson County Water Authority of Festus, Missouri, amending the 2019-2020 fiscal year budget and establishing an effective date.
Any questions? Hearing none, I need a motion to adopt.
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Terry Thomas,
Yes.
Greg Camp,
Yes.
Jim Caston,
Yes, ma'am.
Mark Johnson.
Yes.
Josh Whaley.
Yes.
Okay, now we have resolution 2020-10 to adopt the new bill. I'll entertain a motion to introduce the resolution by title. Anybody?
I'll make a motion to introduce resolution 2020-10 for first reading by title only.
we have a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to introduce the resolution by title. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Please read.
A resolution of the Jefferson County Water Authority hereby adopts the budget for fiscal year beginning October 1st, 2020 and ending September 30th, 2021, and establishing an effective date.
Any discussion?
Michelle said she was available if we needed her, but this is as discussed from the last meeting. No changes.
Okay. No other discussion? I'll accept the motion to adopt.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second to adopt resolution 2020-10. Roll call, please.
Terry Thomas,
Yes.
Greg Camp,
Aye.
Jim Casson,
Yes, ma'am.
Mark Johnson,
Yes.
Josh Whaley.
Yes.
Reports. These are information only. There's a trial violence, the general ledger, cash activity, revenue and expenditure report. Are there any questions for Michelle? Or anybody about any of that?
Revenues are up, expenditures are down.
Okay, and Jamie's reports there on page 50, 50 through 52. Any questions for Jamie about his report?
Jamie, we're gonna follow up a little bit more on this sand line idea. Okay.
Well, the sand line, what I was told is within the lateral itself, what they do is they sink a 4-inch pipe within inside of the existing lateral. And they start running it down through there. It's either push it through, and as they go down, they determine the material of whatever's coming out of it, whether it increases in gravel size, rock size, sand size, whatever it is. And it determines, if they get to a point where it's like gravel or whatever else with the material, determines whether there's a break in the lateral. But we could turn right around and waste $100,000 just for them to tell us, well, you probably should fill the scour hole.
So it sounds like the best way forward is the least expensive way forward is to attempt to fill the scour hole.
Right.
And see if that clears up what lateral 5 produced.
Yeah, I mean, Lane disagree with that decision, but at the same time, it's one of those things, me, myself, I have my own opinions, I'd rather just fill it. Could that become disastrous? Possibly. But there are ways to do that. For example, let's say there was a break, we filled the scour hole, and a bunch of material was coming in. Well, we can look as we're pumping out of the collector well, and we can slowly crack that lateral open and try and flush it a little bit. So before it gets too much material in there, we could go ahead and shut it back down. I necessarily disagree with that scenario. Of course, there are companies there and they do for a living to analyze that way. I have a difference of opinion, but look at it this way. If you go ahead and you fill the scour hole, you're also protecting the other laterals from future possible scour issues. It's probably something that needs to be done regardless.
It certainly seems that the data that we've seen from the Corps as far as the profile of the river bottom is that, I mean, clearly the elevation of the river floor has changed.
Yes.
Going back to 2 years ago.
And plus the study that we did ourselves
Right.
through Prairie Engineers,
Right.
bathymetric survey, it shows the approximate elevation plus what their bottom profile is, and they
So-
show not much material.
Not much coverage over lateral.
Right.
So, I'd like to see us get rolling on this. We're dealing with river levels that are obviously down.
Yes.
And we're not even into winter yet. So I guess the idea being able to try to get that other lateral back online.
To be perfectly honest, to add material at this time would be a perfect time because of the lower river
Because of
levels.
lower river level.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be probably one of the best times to do it, considering.
You'd get a more accurate pour, so to speak.
Yeah.
So is there any assistance from the Corps of Engineers on this?
I'll have to talk to Charles, and probably get some sort of permit, but he said he can do that right there in-house.
Well, do we need a motion to, or we already?
I think we
voted?
need pricing on material. And obviously, who's gonna do the work? I mean, we know we're talking about, I mean, a recommendation, I think, as far as the composition of the fill material and then who can provide that to us.
Mhm.
I think that's where we're at.
Would we advertise for that or just make some phone calls?
I think it's possibly that Luca could probably help us out on this as well.
Okay.
Possibly. If not, I'm sure he probably knows who he can talk to.
Okay.
I mean, in my opinion.
It probably wouldn't hurt to go ahead and get their opinion. I mean,
I agree. I mean, we do have a local quarry that,
to provide us the material.
right,
Yeah, it's just a function of them having a barge that will be able to navigate in there and dump it properly. I don't know if it's just, you just dump it in the hole, or does it need to be done in several passes?
I don't know. Maybe they put a tube and shove it into a tube that's hanging down in the water. I don't know.
From what I was told a little bit before that, I think you should do different sizes of material. In other words, a certain amount of sand, a certain amount of gravel, a certain amount of larger rock.
Okay, so we're gonna,
I'll touch base with Luca, if everyone's okay with that.
Yeah.
And just kind of get some direction as to.
and move forward with this as expeditiously as possible.
Yeah, I think we've done our due diligence as far as trying to investigate, whether or not the lateral was damaged. My opinion is all the evidence points to the fact that the lateral was exposed.
I agree.
And we need to make sure that the lateral we need to get back in operation.
Agreed.
So I'll venture forth.
Okay. And then you'll let us all know next week when we're gonna try to.
I'll
Fridays are not good for Mark. So,
And afternoons aren't good. Because I
Okay.
gotta leave early every day to go get microwave.
Okay.
okay, any other board or director have any comments or anything that?
Well, I would like to introduce our new Public Works Director who joins us via Zoom. Matt Unrein is there in his spacious new office. Matt, after City Council meets on the 28th, will be appointed to his respective spot as Public Works Director to JCWA. And of course, Josh will headed off to greener pastures in Larry Kreitz Memorial Park. Because he's
Hopefully above ground.
no, totally above ground, because obviously, I don't know if you guys have known, we've gone through some organizational change. Josh will be, has been very capable as our water sewer foreman for a number of years, but he's our new parks director. And Matt will come in to JCWA, also the other appointments he has as public works director, but he'll also soon be appointing a new water sewer foreman for the city of Festus. So
Awesome.
Matt hopefully will join us at our next meeting, or whenever our next meeting is after the 28th, when council meets again.
Hey, Josh, I got a quick question for you.
Yes.
What, do you guys need some more barrels? Because I got a ton of them up there at the plant if you need some more.
I will check. We're pretty good because when we closed the lagoon, we had a bunch of bisulfite barrels that we triple washed and kept.
Okay.
But I'll see what we got and I'll let you know.
Sounds good.
Okay, no other comments. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
And a second. We have a second. Roll call, please.
Terry Thomas.
Yes.
Greg Camp.
Aye.
Jim Casson.
Yes, ma'am.
Mark Johnson.
Yes.
Josh Whaley.
Yes.
Thank you, Josh, for filling in.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.